Franklin Roosevelt became President of the United States in 1933 after Herbert Hoover. The American people believed he had better help them after the Great Depression. He is supported by people of the working class and middle class. When Franklin Roosevelt became president, he knew he needed to have a series of new reforms or the Great Depression would continue. Not everyone was on board with the New Deal legislation and the social policy Roosevelt was trying to put into place. There were people from both parties that opposed what he was doing. Many people of certain religions didn't agree with the federal and state programs to help people who were poor. Many Catholic people believed that child labor laws shouldn't be passed because it would interfere with the privacy of families. Roosevelt tried to help people who were unemployed, but it was hard to get funding to provide the resources to be able to help them. He knew raising taxes would not please people, so he had to come up with other ideas. He came up with a plan to divide emergency spending from the regular budget. If the spending was too high, he would cut spending in the regular budget. He would get the funds for the emergency budget so he could fund the New Deal. He would do this by selling bonds. Even though some people didn't like the amount of money he was spending, people needed assistance from the New Deal programs. Once he had funding for the resources, he was able to create social programs to help people. He created the Emergency Relief Administration, which gave funds to states to help people who were struggling financially. He also created the Civilian Works Administration that created jobs for millions of people who were unemployed. Even though this employed 16 million people, there were still way more unemployed people that didn't get help through this. Franklin Roosevelt increased spending on social policies drastically because he was trying to help people after the Great Depression. He also tried to do things to prevent another devastating depression. He created restrictions on stock trading to limit the chances of this happening again. He also enacted the National Industrial Recovery Act of 1933. This made business leaders in different economic sectors come together to make set prices they would charge in their sectors. This was in hopes to prevent employers from cutting employees as well as decreasing wages. After the Great Depression, many people could not afford agricultural products. This caused farmers to have to cut the prices of their crops, which made millions of them experience bankruptcy. Because of this, Roosevelt created the Agricultural Adjustment Agency to hopefully fix these issues. Through the New Deal, Franklin Roosevelt worked hard to create programs that would help Americans after the Great Depression and hopefully prevent another one from occurring.